Responsiveness is one of the commonly used terms in web development. In fact, a lot of times clients come to us like, Caleb, please, I need a responsive website for this or for that. And by that, they mean a website that is fast, like a website that quickly responds to requests. That's what they mean when they tell us they need a responsive website for this or that. But then that is not exactly what a responsive website is, or that is not exactly what responsiveness is. When you talk about a fast website, which I can say is a website that responds quickly to requests. A lot of factors contribute to that. It could be your hosting company. Your hosting company has a role to play in that. Your hosting plan has a role. Okay. For the case of WordPress, the size of the theme and the plugins you are using matters. All right. The size of images generally now, the size of images, the image formats, do you understand it? These are different features that determine the speed of your website. That is the speed now, the performance. All right. Also, the CDN, the content delivery network. These are different things that determine how fast your website runs on the internet. And these are totally different things. It has nothing to do with the responsive part of your website. Just look at this project. When you open this page, this is one of our projects. You see this, what we have now is a desktop view for this project. All right. Now, for the people who will access this project on their mobile phone, look at what they will have because this is the mobile view. Do you understand it? Okay. Now, if you are viewing this project on your tablet view, sorry, on your tablet, this is what you will have. All right. So these different viewports fitting your website looking beautiful, okay, on these different viewports is what you mean by responsiveness. Okay, it has nothing to do with your speed or how fast this happens or whatever. Okay, now you see that when you are on the tablet view or when you are on the mobile view, you have this toggle button that allows you to access the navbar links. But when you are on the desktop view, you don't have that toggle button. Do you understand what you mean now? So design, so that's exactly what happens when we handle projects for clients. We design these projects for the desktop users. We also consider the mobile users. We also consider the tablet device users, and fitting these projects looking beautifully in each of these different viewports is what we mean by responsiveness. All right, so today what you are going to look at or what you are going to create is a beautiful nav bar, a beautiful navigation bar. By navigation bar, I mean something like this. Yes, each of these links that take you to the different pages of the website or web application. All right, so we are going to create a beautiful nav bar, and it's not just a beautiful navbar, it's going to be responsive. Yes, it's going to look beautiful for mobile users, for tablet device users, and even desktop viewers too. So let's go straight into the point. We are going into this class is going to take close to an hour. So make sure you are really following one step at a time so you can be able to create yours. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use this. Let's go straight to this. This is a header. Let's, instead of creating a new one, let's go straight to it. And I'm going to link the CSS to it. Um, Linking the CSS, I have the rel to the style sheets. Okay, and the href attributes. I'm using soasmy.css. All right, that's good. And I want to keep my script tag. That is the JavaScript. I'm incorporating JavaScript now. the src attribute, I have it as a soasmy.js. Okay. So here, this is what you have to do. Always place your JavaScript tag at the bottom of your body of the as the last element before the body tag, the closing part of the body tag. This is the best place to position it. All right, so let's go ahead. The first thing I want to create is I want to open a nav. Okay, I'm creating a nav bar and sorry. Okay, so I still didn't clean this one. All right. Let's go ahead. Inside this navbar, I need to give it a class. Yes, this is where I have to call it a navbar now. All right, be mindful of your cases too. Okay, and the first thing I want to create, I think I should minimize this so I can have my page. Yes, side by side. I want to have the two pages side by side now, and here I'm dealing with this page. Is it really here? Okay, this is the page, Soasmy, and this is what I have. Right now, nothing is showing yet. Okay, but it's going to display. Okay, so I want to have the page right here. So here I have a nav bar, and I'm going to, the first thing I want to create is the logo. Yes, I have an image I'm going to use as the logo. So I'm going to begin it with an anchor tag. Inside the anchor tag, I'm going to have an img tag too. Okay, and the img tag, I'm going to go for the, sorry, I think I'm trying to be faster than my shadow now. All right, so the src attributes, I have images and okay, seems to be the only images there anyway. Okay, and I want to give it a class also. Yes, image the class of logo. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I'm needing more space here. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have. All right, good. The image is really big, but we're going to work on that. Okay. So having done that, let's create the, still on the nav. All right, still on the nav, we have I'm going to create a div called navbar links, and inside this div I'm going to create UL. Okay, ordered list. Okay, and here I have the first list item. This is where I put the links now. The first list item, and I'm still opening the anchor tag in between. This is home. Okay, I'm having the href attributes, and for now I leave it as empty. Okay, you want to copy this and to speed up the process. Okay, so home, I have about. Okay, I have Soasmy digital. I have contacts. Okay, and I have donuts. All right, so on this one I want to use this hyperlink. Yes, because I'm going to convert this to a real project over time. So I advise you to do the same. All right, build real projects. Okay, practice with real projects. Now let's see. Here I have my list items. Okay, these are my links. All right, very good. Now the next thing I have to do is I think right now I have done what I need to do uh on the HTML. So let's look at the CSS. The first thing I want to do is to remove the default styling. And how do I do that? By selecting the style, okay, and this is to select all. I want to remove the default styling. All right, padding, I put 0, and I have margin, okay, and that's 0 too. And I'll go for box sizing, and I'll go for border box. All right, I want you to observe this now. Just look at this. Are you seeing the space between these the edges? Just observe this logo too, even though it's very big. Now, when I reload, everything starts from the beginning of the page. Did you notice it? That's the default styling that I have simply removed. Now, let me grab that logo. Dot logo. I will simply set the width. Yes, I'll simply set the width to 11 rem. Or would that be too much? Let's say 9 rem. Okay. And okay. So let's see what happens to it. Good. Okay, I want to increase it. Let me even make it 12. All right. So it looks as I want it. Okay, so as you play around these things and you see the function of each CSS property that you apply, I think it makes the practice more interesting. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to grab the navbar, dot navbar, okay, and the navbar I'm going to display it as a flex. All right, when displayed as flex, see what happens. Flex simply means horizontally, that's what you call it, right? Displaying the properties. That's what flex actually does for you. So for a lot of times, you are going to have to flex your elements as you go on making different designs. So this is what flex does. And flex comes with, it has its own attendance features like, okay, now that I have flexed, all right, I can justify content and space between. So see what happens. It will push this one far apart as possible. Okay. So this is what flex actually does. It has other attendant properties too, but it depends on the wall you need, depending on the task you are trying to actualize. So right now I'm trying to align items vertically and center. Watch what happens between these, how this is aligned now. You see the alignment looks beautiful now. So this is interesting, isn't it? All right, so this is how we are going to gradually arrive at a beautiful header, not just a beautiful header, but a responsive one too. Okay, having done this, the next thing we have to do is, for now, it looks good. So let's get the navbar links. Okay, the navbar links. That's the next thing I want to look at now. And then not just the navbar links, I want to look at the UL. Okay, and the UL, I want to display it as flex too. Okay, Now see what we have. It's now flexed. Okay. All right. Now having done that, I want to remove the list. That is the bullets. Okay. So I will go for the list style and none. Let's see what we have. Okay, that's done. We can put padding to it, maybe 5 pixel. All right. Okay. Anyway, we can also put padding on the nav bar. All right. You can put padding of 10 pixel. Now see what padding actually does to it. Observe this now. Do you see that? Okay. It's kind of aligns it more properly for you. All right. So the that's now know that this padding is for both the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. If I want to specify for the the bottom padding or the right, I can as well do that. But this is for the four edges. All right, so let's go ahead. The next thing I want to grab is the li inside the ul. Navbar links ul lia. Sorry, let's get with ul li now. And here, what do I have to do is I have to put padding too. Okay, and not block bro. Okay, what's the 10 pixel? Good. All right, and that's fair enough. Uh, okay, before we decide that, let's increase the navbar links ul lia. That is the anchor tags inside of it. Now these anchor tags, let's do the text transform. Even though I'm coming to text decoration too. Text transform, uppercase. You know uppercase, we are trying to switch cases now. And text decoration. What text decoration actually does is to remove that underline. So you have different, just play around these things as you make your practice. Text decoration none. All right, so let's see what we have. Good. Now I want to look at the font family. The font family, I like sans serif. And the font width, this is the part that looks like Microsoft Word. Yeah, it now looks like I'm formatting my document. Okay, I want to make it bold. That's exactly what I'm doing anyway. Only that this is a web document now. Okay, this is beautiful, or isn't it? Nothing special anyway, just seem to like the font. So let's go ahead. I seem to have preferred colors that I want to use for this project. Okay, like I told you, I'm going to continue this project after this class. So I'm going to find some colors that may give me inspiration. All right, so what I want to do is look at the color here. The navbar links ul lia. So look at the color. I have this. No, this is not the color I want to use for here. I want to use that color for the background, and that should be here on the navbar. Okay, background color, and this. So let's see what I want to use for this other one. This is neon. No. Okay, I think I want to use this. By looking at the colors, it looks like I know what. It's as if I know I know the color from the values. Is that really true? Okay, let's go ahead. I want to put that color here. Um, okay. Okay, we are not done anyway. We are not done because we need to set okay, that's good what I have. We need to set the hover color dot navbar links UL LIA, okay, and hover. All right. So when hovering, when people hover there, maybe they lost their way and they are hovering and meandering around. So what happens now? They will meet this color, a background. Let me choose one of these colors I have here. Excuse me. Yes, you got to excuse me. Is that this color? Let's see. Let's see if that's the color I want to get. Background color, really? No, I don't think so. I think the best background color can have here is teal instead. Um, we are the color itself. Okay, is this one, this RGB. And let's see what result we have with that. Okay, white. That's close to white. Now I need to set the padding for this because I don't seem to like that. Okay, 10 pixel. Let's see what that gives us. That's good. That's good, really. I think I like border radius, so I can apply that too on this anchor tags. Border radius. I have 50 pixel. What does that do? Oh, lovely. Okay. But then, like I said, I was going to continue this project. Is this really the color I want to continue it with? That would take me a lot of time trying to look for colors. So let's just go ahead. At least this looks perfectly aligned, if you ask me. Okay, now I seem to like the background color. It makes this color, these shades of green to pop. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, the next thing we want to do is we are not done yet. We want to um, create the toggle button, and that's where we have to go back to the HTML. Now, on this toggle button, we have to come to that's outside this div. You can place it here too. It doesn't matter where you place it right now, but generally, yes, it doesn't matter right now because you know that by default you are not going to display the toggle button on the desktop view. That's why it doesn't matter. But generally, content matters. Where you place contents in your HTML matters. It determines a lot about their position. In fact, content is everything. Okay, but in this case, I'm telling you where you place it does not matter because on the desktop view, we are going to set the display to none. So it doesn't matter. It's only when you come to the viewport, the mobile viewport, that it will be able to display. And that place, it will not be conflicting or messing around with the flow of your documents. So you can place it here, you can place it here. Right now, I'm going to simply create it here. And this is simply an anchor tag. There are different ways you can achieve this. Some programmers do this with SVGs, okay? You can create with divs. So I'm simply creating with span. Okay, and this span have a class, and the class is bar. All right, you can call it whatever you like. I want to Okay, duplicate this quickly. You know there are three, so I'm making only three. And here I'm giving this a class too, and the class is a toggle button. All right, having achieved this, the next thing I want to do is set the href attribute, and I'm setting it to go nowhere right now. So this is all you need to do with the HTML. I think we're done with HTML finally. Now on the CSS, all right. So I grab my toggle button. Okay, dot toggle button, and here. So right now, the first thing I want to do is to position it, and I position it absolute. All right. Now, absolute means it's going to be positioned where I want at the document without having to disturb how the document is already arranged, the flow of documents. No disturbances, okay? Don't disturb me, nigga. Okay, so it says not I'm going to set it top, um maybe 1.5 or 1 rem. If that's not enough, we'll set it again. Okay. Right now, even if I reload, you can't see anything because there is nothing in our bar. So we have to go right now, and I'm putting it at the right, and 1.5 rem. I want to position it there. Okay. So I have a width. I'm giving it a width of maybe 30 pixel, and height. Okay. Height of possibly 20 pixel. Okay, we can play around with these values and see what results you come up with. Okay, so here I have whatness. I have to display it to as flex. Yes, it has to display as flex, you know, the three of them. And this time, not just as flex, but we are going to change the flex direction to column. Okay, having set that to column, the next thing we need to do is okay, we'll justify content also. We'll justify content, and we can use space around. Even space between can do the job. All right, having done that, and okay, that's cool. That's cool. So right now even if we save, like I said, you will see nothing here. Yes, nothing. There's nothing to show because the bars contain nothing. So for us to, we are simply going to display it now with a dot toggle button. All right, dot bar. That's the bar class. That's what we are targeting now. Okay, the height. We set the height to be maybe 21 pixel. Sorry, that's a lot. Let's say 4 pixel. Okay, and the width. Let the width be 100% of the container. Okay, and background color. I like that teal. I want to use it again. Let's see what it looks like. Or should I use red instead? Let me try red now. Sorry. Yeah, trying to use this logo, even though I won't continue the project with that logo. So, but let me get something beautiful, at least for once. Okay. All right. So, as you continue to build your project, it gets to a time where a lot of people pay much, much more attention to aesthetics, how beautiful the website looks like. This is where front end development comes in play. But it's not just that about a website. You also look at functionality. All right. Yes, functionality. How effective is the website really achieving the purpose? Okay. So Both sides are good, but the side that will sell you faster is aesthetics. If you build beautiful websites, everyone looks at it like it's beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's working or not. They don't want. They don't. A lot of people don't care. But then, yeah, when the scenario presents itself, then you understand the importance of building effective and not just fast performing websites now, but in computer science, when you say a program is efficient, okay, when you say a program is efficient, it means that program is actualizing the purpose for which it was built. Okay, yeah, that is where functionality comes on now. Okay, let me just look at it as read. I'm looking at something else I can do or I have to do. Okay, can display now. Can you see that? But then it doesn't look at even on the desktop now you can see it, right? All right, good. And I need it to be more aligned. I need it to come down. So I will set the top. Where did I set that top? Instead of 1 rem, I will say 1.5. Or you may not see that so well. I'll come back to it when we have hidden the navbar links. So I'm continuing now. So the next thing I want to do is I think we have to now go to the mobile view properly. To go to the mobile view, I will go to at media. Okay, now at media max width, the max width, I can use 600. All right, 600 pixel. And when it is on 600 pixel viewpoint, what happens? This is what we are defining by this code. An example of 600 viewpoint is something like this, like what you already have right now. This example of 600 pixel viewport, okay? The mobile view as, okay. So let's go ahead. So now what do I want to do next is to get the nav balance on this mobile view, get the nav balance, and I will display it none. Okay. Now see what happens. You can see it, okay? So I want these toggle buttons to come down a little so it can perfectly align. That's why I need to go to top and maybe make it zero point 0.5 and let's see what we have. Can you see that? So it looks more beautiful now and more, wow. I think that red color actually matches the logo. So the two can go together for now. So let's go ahead. So having actualized that, but then you see, what happens is that this one is hiding, but what we want to do is when we click here, we want the navbar links to display. So this is not the only thing we're going to do. Now, continuing, we have to look at it, but then I don't want it to display now, to hide it now, so I can view other things I need to do. So I need them to show. Good. I need the navbar links to be active right now. So I'm going to dot navbar. Okay, let me get the navbar itself, and I'm going to display it as flex. Yes. So having displayed it as flex, oh, it's already displayed as flex. So I can as well simply say flex direction because we did do it the other time as a call you. So let's see what happens here. Do you understand it now? It is now calling. Okay. And that's by the way. I'm going to drop the navbar links URL, okay, and justify content. Um, okay. that's calling, and the URL. So how do I, at this point, I need to decide how I want the the mobile view to look like. Okay, maybe I want to align these list items here, or maybe at the center, or maybe at the right. Okay, so it's a decision I have to make right now. Let me put it at the center. Uh, UL, I'll put a flex direction rather. Let that one be column 2, and let's see what we have. Good. No, I don't want it at the center now. I don't want it at the center. So here on the nav bar, what I'm going to do is align items. Okay, flex stats. You see what I have? Okay, so I think I like it positioned like this. Yes, as against having it at the center. So having done this, the next thing I want to do is I don't think I love the spacing. So do I need to reduce? No, it's fine. I think it's fine already. So what I need to do now is to be able to click and hide these navbar links, to click again and to display them. That's what I need to do. And this is exactly where we'll have to start using JavaScript. Okay, so here, but before I do that, I'm going to create the active class here. All right, navbar links dot active, and when it's active, I want to display as flex. Yes, that's what I want to do. Right now, it will not do anything. So, but we'll have to go to the JavaScript now to continue. So in the JavaScript is going to be not so difficult. Yeah, so let's see what it looks like on desktop. You see what we have on desktop? And this is mobile. So let me even hide it on desktop. So I don't want it to be showing again. The toggle button, uh, okay, display, we say none. Hmm. So let's see, it doesn't display anywhere. So I'm going to come to here, and that's in the media screen query. It's called the media query. Okay, I will have to get it. What's the name again? Dot toggle button. Okay, and here I will display it as flex. Mhm. So it will only be active when I'm on mobile view. That's what happens now. Good. So when desktop view is hidden, on mobile view it shows. Only that right now I have to actualize activating and deactivating it from here. So I also have to hide the navbar links. Okay. So the navbar links, yes, this is where I have to complete this now. But that's not a professional way. I should have simply commented it out anyway. Let's go. So I have this. So far, see what we have achieved. Can you see that? Hide. Like when it comes to the mobile view, the navbar is hidden, and this you have. But then we need to be able to click and see the navbar links. Click to let it disappear again. So this is exactly where we go to JavaScript. All right, now on the JavaScript side, I'm going to make it a function. So I'm going to simply create a function, and the name of that function is Mr. Toggle, or I can call it Toggle. Okay, Toggle guy. Yeah, the guy they do. That's what this function does for me, is to toggle. Okay, now here I'm going to create a constant. A JavaScript constant. That's a constant variable, and the name of that constant is toggle button. Yes, I'm trying to grab the toggle button from the HTML page. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, const toggle button equal to um toggle button equals to document dot get element by class name dot get element by class name, and the class name, I think I should maximize this just for now. Okay, the class name is for the toggle button is toggle button. Okay, and since this returns as an array, so I'm choosing the first one, which is the index 0. Okay, and that's the only one anyway. So I'm creating another constant, and this one is the navbar links. Yes, that's the constant navbar links. Of course, you know what a constant means in JavaScript. It means I'm not later going to change these variables. It means just like you have pi in mathematics that always remains 22/7. That's the same way whatever you created with constant, whatever variable you created with constant is going to remain that. When you try to change it, it's not going to allow you because it's a constant, it's not a variable. Okay. I want you as an assignment research why JavaScript is called a dynamic language. I want you to find out why and find out too what is dynamic about JavaScript. I think when you do this assignment, you will understand more, will understand properly. Okay, so let's go ahead on this. I have been able to create a constant and two constants now, and what they simply hold is the toggle button from the toggle button and the navbar button from the HTML page. So the next thing I want to do is still inside this function. The next thing I want to do is I'll put the toggle button. I'll add event listener. What that means is I want to listen to whatever happens here. That's what I want to do now. I want to listen to whatever happens here by the user. You know, I just hope I will have enough time to explain how JavaScript can be used to implement behavior, like theoretically. What you're seeing now is the practical aspect of it. And excuse me, if you do not understand that theoretical part of it, it may seem a little different. But then this is exactly what you mean. Okay, this is a website. Is complete. This is a website. Let's say it's completed. Okay, this is your HTML. Okay, your CSS has made it beautiful. You know how it was looking like when we started, like a skeleton. Okay, now we have been able to align to this side. We have been able to give colors. This is CSS. Okay, we are making it, beautifying it. All right, now we have come to interactiveness. We have come to implementing certain behavior on the website, and this is where JavaScript has come to take place. Okay, so I'm listening to what is happening here now. That's what I want to do, and I will simply say toggle button. Okay, dot add event listener. That's what I want to do, and the event listener I want to add is click. I want to listen to when somebody clicks there. Okay, when they click there, what happens? So I want to put an anonymous function. Okay, there's simply a function without a name. And what that function is going to do for me is that the function is going to access the class list in navbar link. So it's going to navbar link. Is that navbar links or navbar link? Let me be sure before I make mistake. Okay, navbar links. Okay, let me complete it. All right. Uh-huh. navbar links dot class list. Okay, class list dot toggle. And what are we toggling? We are toggling the active class. You remember the active class we created? Okay, all right. We are toggling the active class. And that's what we want to do. Then I need to invoke the function, and the function name is toggle guy. Okay, this is how to invoke a function. All right. So with what we have, I think we should be able to toggle now. Good. That's beautiful. So just look at this now. This is the desktop version of it, all right? And this is the mobile version of it. And you see that you can click down and select each of the nav link items. And just as you know, it's just that beautiful. So it doesn't necessarily mean on the JavaScript code you have to make it a function. You can as well go without a function. Simply grab the classes and use this event list now. On the event list now, on the function, just toggle it. That's what you have to do. All right. So you see that we have implemented behavior now on this website using JavaScript. I think this is the first project we have done that included the three front end programs. Yes, we have always been working only with HTML and CSS, but now we have been able to use JavaScript to implement behavior. Okay, so go ahead and let's see what you come up with. Make your header more beautiful than mine. You have all the time. Choose beautiful colors and beautiful uh, hover colors. Just make it beautiful and let's see what you have. If you have questions, I would like to see your questions in the comment section. Thank you and do have a lovely day. In the next class, we are going to deepen your understanding of JavaScript and HTML and CSS as it concerns implementing behavior on websites. Thank you. Bye bye.